Hello, Active Rain. This is the second time I have to make this video because I just did it without a mic. Anyway, somebody asked me about optimizing posts in WordPress, and once you optimize them, what happens if you change the URL? Well, of course, what happens is you get a 404 error, but something more insidious happens besides that, and I'll show you that, and I'll talk about that in a second. But first of all, let's take a look at this post, and we're going to edit it. And let's say I want to, this is the URL, and let's say I want to optimize it for Google, okay? And, you know, if you start typing into Google, it'll give you the most common search phrases. So let me start typing in Miami. First one is heat, beach, hotels, resort. I could just go for Miami Beach, but I want to get a little more specific. Condos for sale is the #1 phrase. Okay, so remember we called this Miami Beach condos, but we're going to change this, and we're going to say condos for sale. Okay, in fact, we're going to also change our title to Miami Beach condos for sale. And we can put something if we're writing a post about a specific new condo. Okay, so we do that. That's great, right? We hit update. Now we're optimized for Google, we think. What happens a lot of times is these, let's say this was on page 1 or page 2 for Miami Beach condos for sale or whatever, and now for the same search phrase, it drops to page 4. I'll tell you why that happens. Google indexes every page, right? So what happens, and it indexes them like forever, as far as I know. I can go back and find things really, really old. So Google indexes stuff pretty much forever. So if I want to go to Miami Beach condos, which is the old page, what do we get? We get a 404 error, not found. Well, the problem is Google is still indexing this. They are still indexing it, and they might never index your new one, or they will, but you'll get punished because they'll think it's duplicate content. Because just because this is down right now doesn't mean it's down and out. It just might be temporarily down. So when Google finds a page is temporarily down and they don't find a redirect, this is the real page that all we did was change this to that. This page loses credibility because this is just duplicate content. So we have to tell Google that we moved the page. We also want to prevent 404 errors on our page because that's just bad SEO. I think when Google finds 404 errors all over your page, that's bad. And it's also bad for clients because who wants to be on a website where there's 404 errors? So I'm going to show you 2 ways to do it. There's a million ways to do it, starting with the most complex, which I won't even bother showing you because why deal with that, to the slightly more complex, to the easy. Okay, first of all, if you have Yoast WordPress plugin installed, and I suggest everyone does, you can go to this place called Edit Files. Now, I suggest you never go here if you don't know what you're doing, or you just have to be very, very careful. And to redirect the page, we just type redirect 301, we put a slash, anything after the .com is what you put here. So we put a .com, Miami Beach condos, slash, because that's what it ends with, space, slash, Miami Beach condos for sale. Okay, we're going to save changes. Now the reason I say, now that doesn't look like a big deal, right? All I did was type redirect 301. Let me tell you, if I put one extra space in there, if I made one little typo, your whole website goes down. And if you don't it's just, if you don't really know what you're doing, and it can be a real pain in the butt. I won't even go into what happens. So you either do this perfectly, or you don't do it at all. But let's just see it in action. So now Google visits our site, Miami Beach condos. Wait, that's not supposed to happen. Did I save this? Okay. Miami Beach condos. I'm gonna have to redo this video if this doesn't work. Okay, and see, it redirects. So Google knows that this isn't duplicate content, this is a redirect. And if this was on page 1 for Google or page 2 or whatever, this is still on page 1 or page 2 of Google. It's a redirect, it's not duplicate content now. We just changed it. Now we've got it optimized. We've got it, forget the word private, that's just because I'm intentionally don't want to attract the search engines. But, so it's not supposed to say that. But Miami Beach condos for sale in the title and in the URL, it's optimized. It will at least stay where it's at, but it'll probably go up because it's better optimized. So you better optimize your URL and you'll go up in Google. But if you don't want to go down in Google, you do the 301 redirect. So now I'm going to show you the really easy way to do the 301 redirect. Go to plugins. Anybody can do this. This is the easiest way. Go to plugins, add new, and we're going to search for simple 301. This first one right here, simple 301 redirects, we're going to install it. Are you sure you want to install it? Yes. I wish computers would stop asking me if I'm sure I want to do something. Okay, activate the plugin. And let's go back to the edit files in the Yoast so I can take out that code I wrote. Remember, this is, I would normally say just do this, don't add another plugin, but this plugin that we're adding is not intensive on your site. It doesn't take away any memory. It's really easy, so don't worry if you've got 15 plugins, and 301 redirects is your new one. So we go to settings, and under settings we got the 301 redirects, and oh look, it already picked up the one I wrote, okay, but it picked it out of the file that I did. But all you have to do is, it gives you an example. So let's say you get your about page. Remember, anything after the .com. So let's say you have an about, and then let's say you wanted to change that. Oh, I lost my keyboard connection. Wonderful. It doesn't matter. Anyway, you can see that I think I'm running out of batteries on my keyboard, but all you have to do is put in the new URL and it will redirect. Okay? This means your about page or whatever page you optimize retains its power and even gets more powerful because you've redirected it. Still no keyboard. Okay, so anyway, but something that's neat about this is, let's say you have an old article on your website that's indexed, and you wrote it on your own website, and you want to breathe some new life into it. Here's a little SEO trick that, let's say you have something about your city's schools, Phoenix schools, something, whatever. Now you want to take that post and you want to put it in Active Rain, but you don't want duplicate content. But Active Rain's a lot more powerful than your own blog, and maybe you can get a little more attention if you put it in Active Rain. But you don't want duplicate content. So you do the Active Rain thing. I think they have some numbers, and then the name of your, however it's structured. You get the point. But you could redirect. But this avoids duplicate content. This keeps your pages strong in Google. And if you're going to go back through your website and optimize pages, you need to do this every time you change a page. Because if you optimize the URL of 200 pages on your website, you're going to have 400 pages indexed by Google. And you stop people from being annoyed when they come across a 404 error. Nobody should ever find a 404 error on your site. And if this is of interest to people, I will talk some more about this, because there's some pretty sneaky good stuff you can do with this. Not sneaky as in black hat, but just, let's say, crafty. Okay, have a great day. One take. I'm gonna stop now.